Hi and welcome to this second video on the basics of robotics theory. So in this video we're going to talk about kinematics. I'm going to present you a problem here to show you why we need kinematics in robotics or in loads of stuff. So let me present here our beloved butter robot. So this robot wants to get from point A to point B. So we have two things that we need to do. One, move the robot base from here to here. And then the second thing that we need is to move the arms and the body to grasp the butter. Yep. So how can we do that? So it might seem very simple because we do it all the time. But the thing is, we spent a lot of time learning when we were kids how to do that. Our own body kinematics, how we have to move our muscles so that my hand moves from here to here, while the robot doesn't know that. So we need some mathematical formulas and procedures and algorithms to make this work. So I'll basically divide the video in two parts. So first let's talk about the mobile kinematics. Mobile kinematics wants to move a robot, a wheeled robot, or it could be also a legged robot from one place to another. It's related to navigation. So how do we move it? Through mathematical formulas. So it depends on the morphology of the robot. So does it have two wheels? So is it a differential drive? Is it a car-like robot? Is it a legged robot like Spot? So it depends a lot on that. And also it allows us to know, for example, in a differential drive, which is the one that we have here, this simulation is essentially a differential drive because we have two wheels, two virtual wheels that make the robot turn and move around. So kinematics allows us to know how much does the right wheel have to turn so that the base turns certain angle or moves in a certain direction. And mobile kinematics allows us to move it through those commands. So let me show you here. So I have some, let me put myself here, and then let's move the robot from point A to point B. There we go. So let me, before that, so here we see what's the base of kinematics. So kinematics, mathematical formulas to transform the frames of a robot. So in this case, the frame that represents the base to this orientation. So we want to move the frame of the robot from here to here. How do we transform it? And how do we move the base by commands to the wheels? Everything is formulated and modeled through kinematics. So now that we know the basics, let me put this here. Let me start the loop. And there we go. So you can see here that the robot is performing a trajectory through kinematic formulas also moving in a certain way due to the differential drive nature. so that it gets to the position of the butter. Great. So all of this is regulated by kinematics. We wouldn't be able to do this without kinematics. Yeah? And we can do this time and time again because we have a closed loop in this case. Yeah? Okay. Fantastic. So we have the first concept, which is mobile kinematics. How we move this frame from here to here, which is the frame of the butter. Okay. Now the second thing is, how do I move my arms so that I can grasp the butter? So let me go here and let's execute this. Now we have the second part, which is the arm kinematics, the mobile manipulators kinematics. So here we have, let me put this bigger, and here we have our controllers to move the arm, for example, the left arm. Let's activate it. Okay, great. So now let's move the arm. And there we go. So how do we move these frames, these frames of the arm? Let me just put it better so you can see it. How do we move these frames so that the arm, the gripper, is in the position of the butter? It's not that easy because, okay, I have to move this, and then I have to move this around here, and then I should move the head maybe down. So that remember, we're trying to make the frame go here to the butter all the time. There you go. We're going to collide. Okay. So arm kinematics wants to show you how to do this. So the first thing, there are various methods, but basically there are three main methods. The first one is brute force. So I go here to my robot and I say, okay, I have this link here, and then this one here, and then this one here. So I make a model, a mathematical model with trigonometry, and I calculate what's the position if I want the position of this in X, Y, and Z, and the orientation, which are the angles that have to be in all this kinematic chain so that I have the arm, the gripper, in this position. This is really difficult, and it becomes more and more difficult when the kinematic chain gets bigger, and not very big. So this one, it's already very complex mathematical model, because you may have a lot of solutions. So this is one method. The other one is the one that we are going to see here, which is I specify a model of a robot, and then I use a kinematic solver to do that. That's what MoveIt does in ROS. We're going to see that in a minute. And the third option, which is the one that's getting more and more speed, is deep learning. So you can use deep learning to allow the robot to learn its own kinematics and therefore know where to put the arm in any place they want. So the most used one, and the one that it's nowadays used a lot, is the system of generic solvers and using MoveIt. So let me close this and let me relaunch the simulation just to start from scratch. Okay, so I'm going to launch the planner. Okay, so let me do this bigger. So here we have what nowadays it's used most of the time, which is using a model, a 3D model, and a generic kinematic solver to solve the inverse kinematic problem, which is where do I put how do I have to move the arm to get the gripper in the position that I want. This is used in video games, and it's used in robotics also, and many other applications. And MoveIt just makes this easier. So essentially what it does is solve the inverse kinematic problem. So for example, if I want to do this movement, I just have to plan it and execute it, and then it should move in the simulation and in the model that I have. So I have different groups, and for each group I execute a plan and execute. That way it moves. Perfect. And then let me do the last one. There we go. And there you go. So we can use these tools to solve the inverse kinematics and put the robot in any position that we want based on the end effectors or the frames that we want to position in space. Yeah. So there are loads of programs to do this, but MoveIt is really useful for being a very good starting point for doing exactly that. So where can you learn all about kinematics related to robotics and ROS? So you can learn it right here in the construct. So there are mainly a lot of courses that we talk about kinematics, but there are two main courses that delve into the theory, which are Basic Kinematics of Mobile Robots, which is the first that we talked about, really deep into the theory, the math behind all this, and also the Basic Arm Kinematics, which is the second part that we talked about. And here you will learn all the math related to kinematics, so forward kinematics, inverse kinematics, and how to apply or even do your own solver in MoveIt. So you'll get the basis to do that, which is really useful if you have very strange kinematic chains, a robot that it's not standard. It's the way to go. So thanks for being here, and see you in the next video. Peace.